Hello my friends, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. You were asked us to record a short video which will tell you what to do upon arrival. So say you got your permanent resident visa, congratulations. You made it to Canada, you went through the port of entry, you were successfully granted permanent resident status, now you're out of the airport. What should I do to establish my life in Canada? What should I do, like those first steps, right? Because obviously you gotta go to the hotel, you gotta have some rest, but afterwards, I mean, life starts afresh, right? So your first step would be going to Service Canada. That is the agency which is directly governed by the government of Canada, by the federal government, and there you would have to apply for the social insurance number. That is the number which will basically allow you to work in Canada or to perform any sort of paid activity, right? Whether you're planning to open a business or you're going to do it self-employed or you're gonna go and be employed. So Service Canada would be the first stop for you. You could Google for the nearest one, go there, typically half an hour, you got your social insurance number. The first one would be just a simple printout. The permanent one would be mailed to you by regular post. Now the second one would be the local provincial office. Like for example, if you're landing in Ontario, you would have to go to Service Ontario. That is by definition how it's called. That is the office which is governed by provincial government, and what they will actually help you to apply for is say provincial health insurance plan. And by the way, before landing in the, whatever province you're going to, it's a good idea to find out will there be any quarantine period or not. So what I imply by quarantine period, for example, if you're landing in Ontario, you would have to wait for 90 days before your Ontario health insurance plan would be inactive. So it means for 90 days you will still have to pay for medical assistance if such a need arises. If you got kids, well, that's a good idea to buy yourself a temporary insurance for kids, like travel insurance for kids. It will probably be around a couple of bucks per day. But I mean, kids are kids, right? They're running around, whatever could happen with them. And for 90 days, it's a good idea to have yourself covered. Now, in Service Ontario, you would apply. The card itself would be active in 90 days. It will arrive to your permanent address by post, but you have to apply for it as soon as it's humanly possible. Now, these are the two major steps you would have to do in order to allow yourself to work, to sleep safe and sound with respect to your medical insurance. Afterwards, it's always a good idea to go and apply for driver's license, right? Whatever country you're coming from, sometimes you could exchange your driver's license. In most of the cases, you would have to retake your driver's test and confirm that you could drive, but in either case, go in and undergo, say, a knowledge test, the test which would allow you to get yourself a first plastic card with your picture on it. That would be your first Canadian ID. It's always a good idea. And of course, apart from it, going to the bank and opening an account. If you want to discuss it further on, if you want to ask us like which bank would be the most preferable, feel free to ask questions and we'll be glad answering those. Stay tuned with us and of course subscribe to the channel.